Hey there, Facebook. Good to see everyone. Hopefully you'll be able to see this video. It's thunderstorming over here, and so we'll see how it goes. I had several health challenges about 3 years ago. My blood pressure spiked as high as like 500, I think, at one point. I mean, it was something just ridiculous, and definitely like in the stroke zone. And so it kept happening at work, and I could not figure out what the problem was. And so I went to the hospital, and every time I had these episodes, I was at work. And so over time, I figured out that I was stressed out. I was stressed out because I was trying to do everything myself. Even though I had other people around me, I felt completely and totally responsible for every aspect of the job that I was doing. And in time, I learned that that was going to kill me. Hi, I am Anita Gibson, coach, speaker, educational strategist, and president of PXL Academy, a learning center in Bowie, Maryland. And I want to ask you tonight, do you realize that you need a team? When you are dealing with a student, a child who is either struggling academically or who you're trying to find solutions for, you cannot do it on your own. There are many people who are afraid to try different kinds of things because they just keep looking at themselves feeling inadequate. But the reality is you're not supposed to try to do it by yourself. You need to build a team. So I'm going to give you some things that will really help you to help your child in their academic life and world. You need tutors. You need people that can come alongside your child who maybe have a passion in a subject that you might struggle in. So they're struggling with their math at school. Don't feel like you have to be the one to help them with that. You might need to get a tutor. And one-on-one help sometimes is really great. So you need a team, you need a tutor, someone who specializes, has a passion for a subject that can connect with your child and help them in their struggle. Hey there, Tasha, good evening. Thanks for joining. So the E in the team are educators. You have to partner with your child's teacher in their school. You need to be connected to the school. When you walk into the school, you need to be able to see, they need to be able to know who you are. Okay, the connection's bad. We're having some storms over here. And so I think that's part of the problem. Is it still bad? I'll wait a minute and see if you guys can tell me. Can you guys hear me? Can someone let me know if I'm good? Or I'll come back later. All right, so I may have to come back later and talk about team. I was wondering if I was going to be able to do this because I hear the thunder outside. Okay, so it is good on your end. Okay. Yes, the other person actually lives in my area, so maybe that's the difference. Okay, good. I'm going to keep going. So tutors, one-on-one people who have passion, who want, okay, awesome. Thank you. Who can help your child in those specific areas where they're struggling. You need to be connected. The other part of your team are educators, the teachers in the school. They should know your name, not in a way that, here comes Mrs. So-and-so, but wow, that's a parent that is always here. She's always supporting. She's coming into the classroom to find out how she can help. Wow, we love it when we see Mrs. So-and-so coming. Connecting with those educators so that they have an understanding of who you are, who your child is, and that you are here to support your child and their classroom in any way that you can. The A in your team is administrators, the principals in those schools. They need to know who you are. When they're choosing to put your child into a special needs class or they're trying to move them over here, and maybe you're not really in agreement with that. If you've developed a relationship with the administrators, you're going to be able to go in and talk with them. So don't wait until there's a problem to connect with your principal. Begin to develop relationships with those administrators from the beginning of the school year, so that when a problem comes up, when you need a new solution, you've already developed a relationship with them. And the M in team is mentors. People need to be on your team who just love your child, that are willing to help them, support them in their finding their strengths, who are willing to take them maybe and alongside of them and apprentice them in certain areas, who are willing to help them to enjoy a sport or enjoy the arts if that's what they're into. You can't do it all, Mom. That is why many of us are burnt out, because we're trying to do it on our own. And it's absolutely impossible. It's not even necessary. You don't have to be like me and end up in the hospital, blood pressure just skyrocketing, because I was stressed out attempting to do something as an individual that really needed to be done as a team. So when I came back to work, I was able to better utilize the people that were around me. I stopped being so strict about my way or the highway. I was able to begin to say, yeah, go ahead, let's do it like that. Okay, it doesn't have to be up here to this, level. This level is good too. And it just took the pressure off the people around me. I was stressed out and didn't realize I was stressing them out, because I was trying to do something on my own instead of allowing the people around me to help me. So Mom, this summer is coming. If you feel like you're standing alone and that you don't have a team, God has already provided your team. They're around you. You might not fully realize it. They're not going to be perfect. They may not think exactly like you think in everything, but there are people around you that can help you, tutors and teachers and and educators and administrators and mentors, that if you put them together, if you allow them to come into your world, you will be able to be less stressed this coming school year. I'm going to be talking from now and all summer about strategies for making next year better. Whether your child is struggling academically or not, I guarantee you there are things that if you put one or two changes in place, you can make a difference in your stress level for next year. So Mom, get your team. You need them. And it's going to bless you, and it's going to bless your child. All right, guys, I'm not going to stay on long because I still hear that thunder in the background, and I don't know how much longer I'm going to have a signal. So awesome. I'm glad that this is helpful for you, Tasha. We are human beings. God does not expect us to do it all. It's never been that way. We've always had a village, a group of people around us. We must continue to recognize that and continue to pull those resources around us so that we can make it for the long haul. And so that we can look back and say, wow, that was a good journey, that I not just survived, but I thrived. And so did my child. All right, guys. Love you. Good night.